feel like family healing can happen without everyone being in the room?
That's a good question. I can heal, because remember, the work that I'm doing on me. Just a little story. I always thought, like, once I started getting my healing and went to these different classes or had therapy and they give me a little handout on communication, I want to go to the family reunion. Hey, y'all, look what I learned about communication. And if you say I statements, no. And then cousin, if you just, like, they trying to chill and you didn't buy. Like, I'm trying to have a group. So the information that I got is really for me. Because to whom much is given, much is required. So I believe that the family can heal if everybody wants to. And then even with just one-on-one within a couple. If it's two people and one person is not in agreement with healing and moving forward, it's not going to work because I can't heal for you. Like, I can't do the work and then it show up in your life. What'll happen is my work will show up in your life by either you joining me or, they say if you grow or go. Either that person will begin to grow or in unhealthy family system, son, it's kind of like when you put a new part on an old car. You put that new part in there, now them old parts got to try to keep up with that new part, and then they start breaking down. You put a new battery, the alternator might go out, the starter might go out, because they all connected. Same with family dynamics, it's called an equilibrium. If one person get well, the family that's toxic will begin to try to pull them back into what's recognizable and what they're used to. And that's why people don't know contact a lot of times, sadly. People have to learn to detach with love. Like, we don't detach because I'm mad and I hate you. I have to step back because I don't hate you, I just love me. And so I believe that families can heal, but just like anything else, I have to agree with it. I have to agree with or else I can say, I don't really think it's me, and it's all y'all, so therefore I'm going to take my healthy ass over here and go live my life. Y'all work on y'all shit. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Y'all work on y'all shit.
So with that, though, I know we're talking about forgiveness. Do you believe that forgiveness is necessary to move forward or just understanding?
Forgiveness. I believe that forgiveness, one more time, let me season these words. I might have to eat them again. I might have to eat them later. So, okay. So I believe that forgiveness has been overly used and overly codified. Like, I believe that people slap that, you need to forgive, you need to forgive. But if I need to forgive somebody, I might need to work through why I need to forgive them. I just can't jump right up on top of forgiveness, because that means there's a resentment there, there's some anger there, there's something that hurt there that I need to process through. I might need to talk through why I need to forgive my ex-coworker or my ex. I need to talk about what happened that I need to forgive them for. They may not even ever ask for my forgiveness. They may not even ever say I'm sorry. So that's hard to accept an apology that ain't never even given. Or forgive someone that never even think they were wrong. But forgiveness isn't for the other person. It's really for me. I did an exercise once when I was within this healing circle, and the leader had us carry a pillowcase full of big rocks. And then we supposed to carry it around, which I actually did because I was after my healing. I know the work is mine to do. And I carried them around, and then I started thinking, what is this proving? Why they got us doing this and that? And then so we went back like 4 days later, and then so he wanted to hear how we felt about carrying that bag of rocks and being told to do it. And then at the end, this man said, you know, you could have put it down at any time. I never said don't put the rocks down. And so that's how I feel about the weight of the hurts and the harms and the things that have gotten done to me. Or hopefully if you can think of that you can put it down at any time. No one said you have to keep carrying it. And so that, remember, it's like peeling an onion, all those layers. When I see that I can put it down at any time and I didn't, now I got to ask myself, why? Why am I holding this bag of rocks? Okay, so then I put it down and then I realized that I've been harmed. And so now I might want to hold that resentment at the person who harmed me. And then people say, well, you just got to forgive in order to grow. Yes, I do. But I still need to walk. I need to talk about why I need to forgive. Like, what actually happened? What's my version of why I'm hurt? And remember, the breakthrough is in the walkthrough. Because the walkthrough concerns a talk through. The talk through, I started to feel, and when I started to feel, I started to heal.
Mom, in your opinion, how do unspoken rules shape our family relationships?
Oh, that's good. I love these questions. I put a lot of thought into these. Unspoken rules. Unspoken rules. Well, y'all know I'm not good at unspoken. Y'all know everything. It make me mad. I'm gonna say it. So, I'm gonna put that back on y'all. What unspoken rules? Because y'all know I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say what's bothering me. I learned, and now it's where if I say what's bothering me, and a person take it all I'm not responsible for that. I'm just saying what bothered me. If they take it, they get all upset and all of that, and then start gaslighting, I shouldn't feel that way, that's on them. I don't even have to receive that. But I want to put that question back to y'all, like, what's some of the unspoken rules? And then to that question, read it again, son.
How do unspoken rules shape our family relationships?
Okay, you tell me.
Well, the situation that I can come to mind is will be my immediate family, meaning my in-house family, my wife, my kids. As a man, you know, sometimes a woman can have an expectation on you that you was unaware of, or that may have not been spoken fully, may have been hinted around but not spoken fully. You know, the mind reading thing, you're supposed to just know once you're hinted around. So sometimes it can hinder a situation, most times it can hinder a situation if it ain't no conflict resolution. Because once the situation is had where you now know that there's these secret rules you gotta abide by, or these unspoken rules that have been supposed to be abided by that you've broken, now you're kind of upset, and your anger may lead you into doing something that'll cause more damage. So sometimes it can go off the rails if there's not positive conflict resolution within the house. So for myself, unspoken rules, or I'm kind of like my mama, I need everything to be on the front. But sometimes it don't happen like that. So the way I learn to work through it is by having positive conflict resolution. You know, we each go our way once we have this misunderstanding and the words fly. And then we come back later on and we cool heads and we think of coming and we think about the future of our household. So we sit down and we come to a resolution calmly about what's expected of each other.
Gotcha. Okay. Who's next? Unspoken rules.
I would say, and this is something you have told me on, and I truly 100% agree with. When somebody brings up something, that's not the time for you to say, well, because if you felt that way, let's bring it up when you feel that way. Because a lot of times, if you hold it, just like the bag they're carrying their rice, it get heavier and heavier and heavier, then there's other stuff added. So to me, I feel like when somebody is bringing something to your attention, it's the delivery. You know, we can't always just, because sometimes what they're saying is true, and everybody, and y'all know I'm gonna make people like everybody feeling is valid. Like you may say something that's valid, that person may say something that's valid, but it's the way you're delivering it, and then you're the timing that you're delivering. Like this ain't the time to say, well, what about when that person is bringing that something? So I think that's like one of the unspoken rules within myself is like trying my best to be aware of when somebody is bringing something to me and about what I have done. That's not the time to start saying, get on the defense. Because as soon as you get on the defense, then you done close your ears to hearing what that person is saying. So I feel like that's one of the unspoken rules that I try to, not get into, which is hard, but, it's something you got to work on. But it's just not the time to just bring it up when you feel it, and don't let it just build, or just wait and let that person say what they say. Listen to that person. Understand everybody feeling is valid, and then bring it up at another time. So,
and that's good because it's kind of like stacking the deck. It's like I'm not gonna say nothing now. That just pissed me off. But as soon as you say something now, I'm gonna say it. So that's how that's stacking the deck to just use later. That's very manipulative. We may not understand. A little exercise, like look up the word manipulation. It's very manipulative to just hold on to something, and now that you saying something against me, that's what I'm gonna defend myself with. That you did this, that, and the other, instead of bringing it up thinking. So,
what I was thinking, really, I like what Faye said about timing and delivery. I also want to add, I think a lot of the times when it is time when you feel as though it is time to bring something up, one thing I had to also learn is that the family member that I'm bringing it up with is human. So even if I feel like I'm bringing something up in like a calm, like collected, even if we're human. It's human to be on the defense when you hear something that you don't want to hear. So then I can't judge somebody's immediate reaction or energy or whatever the case may be and think that, well, they don't care. Like, they don't care about what's going on. Like, so I'm not going to care, or we finna argue. Like, and then things get escalated. Because yeah, exactly. Things are escalating when we don't realize, I'm not responsible for that.
Exactly. That's good. That's so much insight to know that, to recognize that when somebody's saying something I don't really want to hear, there will be an immediate reaction. And that no one's gonna be like, really?
Nobody like me at all.
So yeah, I'm glad you said that. And then just knowing that this gonna sting a little bit when I say this to this person, so I will not react to how they're reacting. That's pretty good. So yeah, I remember when Grace, when you were 6 and you went through Excel and they taught you all those therapy tools and tips, and they taught you about journaling.
I used to, man.
She was journaling.
I was hard in them journals. Okay?
I still got them.
I was going hard in them journals.
Journaling.
And this woman, I came home and she acted like that. 6, 7, 8.
I told you to watch your friend that spent the night because your stuff was walking out your room, your toys. So I said, well, don't close the room up when your friends stay in the room with your friends. But your friend was going to go home and she needed to get out her pajamas, so you stepped out. I didn't know that. So I'm like, you left her in the room by herself? Grace went to her journal and said, so today I got in trouble. Basically, I got in trouble for not wanting to watch people in their underwear. Basically, I got in trouble for not wanting to watch people. So anyway, man, that's great. That's it.
All right. On the serious note, Mama, what happens when someone in the family decides to stop playing the role that they always had?
That's a good question, son. What happens when someone in the family decides to stop playing the role they've always played? Okay, so just know, I've said this before, people have a role for you. When you show up in somebody's life, you show up on the job, people have a role of what they've already identified probably in the first few conversations with you of the role that you're going to play in their life. People have standards that they expect you to walk. And what happens is, I'm talking on the people now, then I'm going to get back to the person that wants to change. So what happens is people have these invisible standards and roles that you know nothing about mostly. And then they become angry and resentful at you when you don't fulfill these invisible roles and guidelines that you knew nothing about, nor did you agree to. So when a person decides, first of all, that's part of it, is the knowing that. It's knowing that I never agreed to that. I think about, and you know I have to segue with a little story. So within romance, years ago, I met somebody, and within the romantic interaction, I had goals and plans, and now they weren't even that cognizant to me, but I had a spiritual mentor in my life at the time, and I was telling her that, these are the things that I got, and she was like, well, have you agreed to any of that? I want to have a baby, I want to get married, I got a time clock, a biological clock ticking, and she said, well, do he know any of that? And I'm like, So, that's that right there. Like, I had those roles for God. And then when it didn't go the way that I wanted to say, oh, well, that old saying, well, a man's rejection, that's God's protection. And she said, that don't even make sense. She said, well, who is God protecting, him or you? Like, who's being protected here?
Right.
And another thing that this same mentor told me, he didn't reject you. He rejected them plans and them ideas you had for his life. So once you voiced them and he said, well, no, that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to always say this. It's easy for me to see that someone else is doing it, but it's harder for me to know if I'm actually doing it. Even if I can line it out that they're doing it, I have to know, well, do I have goals and ideas? Just when you show up, I got all these standards for you. But when I decided, and personally, I decided to stop playing roles that people assigned me. The first freedom I got was on jobs. Like I talk about sometimes the mission and the statement and the vision of that company. I agree to it, and then I realize it's not really aligning with what it is I'm trying to do or who I'm trying to be. So I make a decision that I no longer want to play that role. When a person decides to do that, son, it's kind of hard because we get guilty. We start feeling like, maybe we're abandoning someone when we decide not to play those roles anymore. But I gotta tell you, when we know that that's what we're doing, we have to stop because we kind of like start dying on the inside when we're trying to march to the drum of someone else. And then on the flip side, we have to learn to make our own beat. So, yeah.
So speaking on the roles, kind of as far as different roles, like you just said, if somebody would have something planned for you, how do the roles like mom's favorite or the black sheep impact adult relationships in a family?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I love to hear people's viewpoint because, I can talk from my own perspective about family favorites, how that impacts the family. It incites envy, jealousy, and competition. That's one thing, that the favoritism, and what's the other part? I'm sorry.
The black sheep.
The black sheep. I'm a black sheep, but the Lord is my shepherd. You see what I'm saying? So that person and the black sheep is also called a scapegoat in family. And if you look up what a scapegoat was in technical terms, it was what they put out there for the birds or whatever to go eat up, so to leave everything else alone. Yeah. So the scapegoat, the black sheep, all those things right there, I can say one thing, that the last will be first and the first will be last. And that some people die in those roles, being that the family has decided you're the problem family. You're the problem family member. It's you. If you quit doing this, then we'll be all right. And if you stop, okay, what happens is remove yourself. Because if you were the family problem, once you remove yourself, the family should have no more problems. That's the first thing. They should be great from their own eyes. So that's how I feel about that.